And welcome back to This is Dunder Moose. In a This is Dunder Moose first ever, we're doing a live play. It's been requested. I've always said, nah, not yet. I'm not ready. I don't know how this goes. I still don't know if I'm ready. I don't know how this is going to go. But we have a brand new game that has just dropped for y'all. It's called Crescendo. It's live on itch.io, the Ashcan Edition. And I got the man of the hour himself, Mr. Crescendo. I got Jack P. McCarthy. Y'all know him from YouTube and X. And I'm just calling him Cred. We got Credonistus.
That's the easiest way to say it.
That's the easiest, but not the correct, but the easy. We're just going to call you Cred. Thank you guys for being with us. And
thank you.
Without any further ado, let's get into it. Do we need a little bit of introduction to the system, or do you want to just launch us straight into characters and setup?
The actual system setup is pretty. I think it's pretty simple. I mean, Obviously, I'm the one that designed it. That means everything.
Right on, man.
So this is a character development fantasy game. So everybody that isn't me on this stream currently has 3 beliefs and 3 traits.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, printed out. Very nice. Beliefs are what the character cares about, and traits are how they go about doing it. So, if you look at, I'm just going to pull up on my...
Well, I got Sir Mal here.
I got Sir Mal here. So, like, if you look at Mal, the first belief is, my father knighted me as he lay injured on the battlefield. Honor and bravery are their own reward. That sounds like a pretty nice, belief.
Yeah,
but
heroic.
But his traits are charming, nihilistic, and impulsive. So this is what he believes in his head, but when he goes out to do stuff, he's going to be rather, suave and cool and all that because he's charming. But if you push on him, it's going to get nasty really, really, really fast. He doesn't think about it too much. And at the end of the day, he's probably not going to, cop to there being a deep reason as to why he thinks these things. He may not think there's a reason for it at all.
Yeah. Well, the third belief he has is that he was rescued from the slums. So he started life off as kind of one of these urchins on the street that just did whatever it took to survive.
Yeah.
And then his dad found him, almost like a messed up little orphan Annie. His dad's a knight.
Yeah.
And found him and is like, here comes Daddy Warbucks. He's like, I've been searching for you.
Yep.
And then he taught him the sword. So
right. And so it's like this, I actually, if you know Mythic Mountain,
mm-hmm.
I actually ran a private one of this guide with him.
Oh, cool.
And he played Sir Mal, and his response when he read it was, "Oh, it's Jaime Lannister, except I like him."
Yeah, so I was recently on Mythic Mountain's podcast.
Oh yeah, great guy.
I don't know if the episode has aired yet, but for This is Dunder Moose viewers, Tuesday I'm going to have his whole crew. They ran a Bronstein recently, and they're gonna do an after action report on this channel Tuesday night. So Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
I feel like I just met him, but I feel like he's connected with so many people. People are like, oh, yeah, I know that guy. Mythic Mountains, he's awesome.
He is awesome.
Glad to finally get connected to the secret juice, the inner circle. So we got beliefs, we got traits, skills, inventory.
And then stats. So the dice, the way that this game works is I set out the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You guys respond by acting in accordance with your beliefs and your traits.
Yes.
I decide what should happen in response. In general, the more you lean into beliefs and traits and just cause your own chaos, I keep my hands off. If you guys are burning the world down, I will just stand back and smile and wave.
Look at Jack. He's happy about that idea.
And it sounds like a game I can play.
Oh, this is you and Cred are probably going to burn everything down within 5 minutes. I've seen the two of you talking on chat. It's going to be interesting. However, if somebody does something, if I say, if my adjudication of your actions are not to your liking, or if another player does something that you don't like, that's when you pick up the dice.
Yeah.
And at that point, you pick up the dice and you're like, nope, I defy.
So this one, the dice isn't a smooth part of the game. It's when you need to edit the story, that's when you go to the dice.
Yeah.
I like that you call it it's defiance.
Yes. Heroism is always about spitting in the face of fate.
Right.
This is you doing that. After that, and this is the other component, which if you want to skip to that really quick, are the journals. At the end of rolling dice, we always go to the journals and we do something called hitting the books.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes to a random section in their journal. Random. I'm not going to be checking you, but you know how it goes. Buddy, honor system. And you pick a random thing to read out loud.
Okay.
I, the Weaver, then make up whatever plot twist or piece of information is needed, and then you guys journal down your interpretation of what I said into the journal, which can then be used later.
All right. And so the journal, it looks like the format is like two or three sentences long, a bullet point.
Mm-hmm.
My interpretation of what you added into the story,
mm-hmm.
and then that gets added not just as lore or background, but also as a mechanic that I can bank for later use.
Yep.
Right.
And notice what I said, your perspective. I have had people tell outright lies. Some of the funniest lies I've ever seen. We had a guy, just to give kind of an idea of how far this can go. On one of the playtest games, someone had the plot MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
He walked up to one of the NPCs, clapped the plot MacGuffin into his chest and said, "It's safer with you than me," and flipped him overboard. And someone else was doing something, so we had to hit the books. And through hitting the books, I ruled, I can't remember all the different like impetuses. So if everyone's like, how the heck did you come up with this? I don't remember. It was like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
But this big pink stain came up through the water and swallowed the guy whole, along with the plot MacGuffin. And everybody had to write it down. So
it was no longer secret nor safe.
Right, it was no longer secret nor safe. So weeks later, so just skip forward like 3-4 sessions later, we've all forgotten about it, right?
Yeah.
We all hit the books for something else. And the following thing was more or less said by the guy who gave him the plot MacGuffin. So-and-so somehow got his hands on the plot MacGuffin, and then he tripped. What a shame. And everybody just stopped and they're like, "You son of a bitch. That is not what happened." He goes,
"That's what I wrote down.
That's what I remember happening." And it's like,
that's how I remember it.
The best part of it was
agree to disagree.
The best part of it was that his wife was sitting right next to him, and she just turns to him and she goes, "You lying snake." And he's like,
did he look
in the
proud
journal?
Or
The journal
ashamed
doesn't lie.
in that moment?
Yeah.
She was ashamed. She was deeply
No,
ashamed.
did he look proud or ashamed that?
Oh, he was very proud. He didn't care.
Okay.
All right.
He's like, I did. Anyway, so that's kind of.
Here's the thing, like, because I noticed one of the things that perked my radar. Gene Wolfe is one of my favorite writers, and part of this game is inspired by the writings of Gene Wolfe.
Very much.
And would you say that's part of it? Is just the subjective nature of an unreliable narrator, and you're not getting objective Tolkien-esque truth. You're getting filtered through the point of view of the person telling you the story, which is a very Wolfian thing. Like, you always have to ask yourself when you're reading a Gene Wolfe story, who's telling this tale, who narrates it, or who has written this down. And then you start figuring out things about the narrator, right?
Right. Oh yeah. No, I mean, and like one of the hallmarks of this game for everybody watching the stream, if you'll go, I mean, do we have the itch link up in the doobly-doo thing? If not,
Let me get it. You throw it in the chat, and I will put it in the comments.
Yeah. Once while where the heck did I put that? Okay, I may drop it to you on Twitter really quick because that's where it's on my phone. But one of my Gene Wolfe was definitely the inspiration for this. He wasn't he's the biggest one. Him and Christopher Rocchio, really, at this point.
Yeah. And now that's somebody that I have not read yet, and everyone that I've just said that has been like, "What are you doing?
Yes,
stop
you
making
can tell
YouTube
by his
videos."
writings that he loves Wolfe too.
Yes,
yeah,
he adores Wolfe. And it shows. There's moment like before I got on, I was on their Discord server for a little while, and I went on to it, and I'm like, why is he almost word for word quoting Gene Wolfe in a few of these spots? Like he has these quotes that they're stolen, but they're stolen so well you don't hate them. I mean, just perfectly stolen quotes. Like actually, like sit there and like, okay, I don't hate you for stealing that.
I know where you got that. I approve, but I know.
Right.
I put the link in the live chat if you're watching this live. If you are watching this after the fact, it is down in the description as well. So go check it out, Crescendo Games. You've got a quick start, and you've got the Ashcan Edition itself. So
what we're going to be running today is straight from the quick start guide. Some of the mechanics have been taken out because we just want to focus on like what the core of how everything works is. There's a couple of different moving parts that Crescendo's gonna because Crescendo's run this with me for how long now?
6 months-ish?
6 months. Yeah,
okay.
He's been playing with me for 6 months.
So there's a knock. You guys aren't just getting me and Jack a couple brand noobs to the game. You got one guy at least who isn't completely fresh off of the internet for this thing.
Everything that goes wrong today is Cred's fault.
That's always true. That's always true.
It's not going to be the noobs that screw it up.
If you're going to test a game, you've got to actually test it.
That's right.
He's figured out
it breaks.
Oh,
alrighty.
The biggest selling points as far as like down and dirty, like if someone was like, okay, really, what's your pitch for the game? My pitch for the game is that you always know what your players want because they wrote it down. You never like past setting. Well, actually, no. You can world build to your heart's content because if you put it in the journal, it shows up. It's going to show up eventually, so you can just write whatever you want in there. And the third part of my pitch is you don't really need to plan. You show up and you just keep pushing on people's beliefs until someone decides they're going to roll. And when they roll, something happens and everybody, you hit the books afterwards and everybody goes, what just happened? I don't know what to do now. And you're like, okay, well, that's your problem because we're going to keep going. So that's my pitch.
Right on. All right.
So let's do this.
Any questions from Jack or Credo before we begin?
None for me.
All right. Shall we introduce our characters? I feel like y'all got a hint of Sir Mal, who is the one that I am playing. Jack, tell us a little bit about Bastion.
I am Warlord Bastion of ever.
Epitvoivens.
Epitvoivens. That's what I said.
Yes, that's what you said.
Word syllable by syllable.
Syllable by syllable. Perfect.
He is a brutal head of a warband of mixed races, including humans, orcs, and trolls.
Ooh.
I have an orcish conquest wife.
You do. You do. You very much do. She is I got to write. There's like fiction. There's like fiction before all the chapters. She's a hoot.
Yeah.
She's
Is that the kind of wife that'll like throw the frying pan at your head when she gets in a fight?
Yes. She throws the frying pan and then tells you to go into the bedroom and disrobe because she like she's that kind of person. She's like, okay, I fought enough.
Yep.
I'm feeling it. She's very. I've I enjoyed her character. I've enjoyed writing her character a lot. But whatever you come up with is perfectly fine. Anyway, so yeah.
Good. And
Warlord Bastion.
Warlord Bastion typically carries a scimitar, wears scarred leather armor, and usually has a cat of nine tails in one hand.
Wow.
Which he is seen using often.
Uh-huh.
Bastion, don't miss.
He's also particularly hated by the king, he's very, very hated by the king. Very, very much. So, and then...
All right, Fredo, you're up.
Why.
I'm up. I'm playing the Princess Genevieve. She is a lovely, beautiful, defenseless young girl who happens to have a guardian angel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also gentle, a classist, and very proud. So...
I like writing her too. She's fun. All
right.
So the way we're going to do this, I'm going to just take straight from the quick start. So for anyone who's looking through the quick start and is going, "Hey, this looks familiar." Yes. This is. So we are going to start out in what's called the Seven Courts. This is the home of the Iron Kingdoms. This is where everybody, mingles. It's where all the bad people go because nobody else wants them. And then everybody just tells them they're in charge. I am not going to define why everybody is there.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that up to you guys. And it'll be interesting because Warlord Bastion is hated by the king. So however he got in here, I'd actually like to hear from him how he thinks he did manage to get in this city without getting, run over.
Easy. I have to be here because someone else has a grievance against me that I have to be present to address. So I killed a few guards on the way in. My troll is currently trying to stuff the bodies into a dumpster because I have a troll bodyguard. I mean,
it's right out of the night.
There's a little bit of mess at the front door, but
of course.
Nothing no one is used to.
All right. Yeah, it's fine. So the situation is that all three of you are in the general proximity of the ghetto. There's a spot where, all the poor people are just put and everybody just sort of forgets about them. You guys are nearby there. There is a prophetess who's known to go around. She, Sir Mal knows her quite well. She took care of him for a little while when he was a kid. And she is now accusing King Julian of genocide of his own people. She's standing right there in the city streets and she is shouting out at the top of her lungs, I've had a vision. I saw this man go in and burn he burned a whole village down. She's got enough street cred to where people are like, there's a crowd gathering. People are like, normally she's pretty reliable. So if she's, claiming this vision from on high, it's not like everyone's going, oh my goodness, there's a nutty woman. It's like, okay, yeah, she's a nutty woman, but she's usually right. So what the heck? And in the middle of all of this, one particular night, walks up Sir Amadeus, who is known to be a bit of a jerk, smacks her in the back of the head, says, you're under arrest for, besmirching the crown. This is high treason. I'm now on the king's business. And with all that going on, Sir Mal's father steps up to go, you're not supposed to be doing that to anybody. Like you don't have the right to just go bash people over the head, because he didn't stop once. This isn't a once like up. This is like, okay, now that you're down, I'm going to break a few ribs. So he's manhandling this woman, and all three of you have beliefs which have something to do with this.
Yes.
So who wants to go first?
I would.
Okay, go for it.
I am gonna just try to get behind Sir Amadeus and just like lock his arms in a full Nelson and just hold him while Sir Elaine just beats the brakes off of him.
I have this image of just shout. Yep. So when you start doing that, you hear some sword. So first of all, to sort of explain the rules we're going, he's acting within a belief because honor is its own reward, and it also involves his father. So, impulsive, yes. Yeah, I mean, as far as the rules of the game are concerned, I'm saying yes. So yes, that happens. I say yes, but you hear other swords leaving their sheaths as 3 other knights come up from behind you, and they say, "Unhand the man."
All right. I will definitely step to my right and whirl about, and then hold him between them, between myself and the swords.
Okay.
I pull my scimitar. I have no truck with woman beaters, nor those who would defend one.
Oh boy.
I suspect I was here as the narc that told off on this horrible speech-making woman who's besmirching my father. Seeing blades drawn, I scream horrifically.
Oh no, like that. It's like out of a Spider-Man Sam Raimi movie.
Yes, exactly that.
The image from Spider-Man 2 of the woman running away from Doc Ock with that I can't do it.
It's Godzilla face.
Yes, it's Godzilla face. She has Godzilla face right now. So swords are drawn. They're screaming. Who wants to go? Because at this point, you guys have set up a situation that I think all I have to do is just sit back and watch someone torch it.
I will go. I will draw my dagger and just hold it to his throat, and I will say, "Drop your swords."
There's clattering. They're not going to kill their fellow knight, but they're backing up, and one of them tells you, "The king will hear of this. Are you sure this is how you want to go?"
I'll just stare him down.
It's all up to me. Tell the king that Warlord Bastion is behind the whole thing.
Oh,
Here we go.
Okay, yep, there it is. There it is. Because as soon as Warlord Bastion's name is mentioned, he's kind of known throughout the whole kingdom. You are at the head of an orc band. It's not good. There's another Godzilla scream in the crowd. It's like, oh no, Warlord Bastion is here, and that's when the crowd panics.
How do I respond to that? Because I started off killing orcs in the south, right? Am I scared of Lord Bastion as well?
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna leave that up to you whether or not you're scared of him, but of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a formidable guy, and the story of him taking over his particular horde it's not as widely known as the rest of the things he's done, but you've heard what this guy is about. It's not a hard thing to figure out.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, I will shout, "It's not sedition if it's true. Let's hear what she has to say." Because I've known this woman since I was a child, and she has been right more often than she's been wrong with her visions.
What do you have to say about that, Princess Genevieve?
You're putting the faith of the people in a vision instead of the actual actions of my father.
And now we publicly know that Princess Genevieve is in the crowd. Okay, just keep letting that. There's a couple of people who then immediately start to surround themselves around Princess Genevieve. I mean, because the princess is here. This isn't like some, bullshit American thing where people are like, "Oh my gosh, it's a princess. Let's take out all our frustrations on her." No, this is the young princess of the people. They're like, "Oh my goodness, she's here." So people start to gather around you, Princess Genevieve. They're like, "Oh, my lady, had we known," and the knights are kind of looking at you like, "Okay, what They're kind of
I'll
giving
call
that,
out, Your Majesty, this may be something that can be prevented. The vision that she saw may be something that you can talk to your father and prevent from happening. He doesn't have to lose the heart of the people, and he will if we allow this lout to punish this poor woman for sharing what she saw. It's in your hands now to help guide his course. But I have to tell you guys something about Sir Amadeus. He is not who he appears to be. He should not have the favor of the king or any noble.
Oh,
oh, everybody
I
kind of
think Genevieve is shocked more than anything.
do tell, Princess Genevieve.
Well, she does have some doubts as to her father's sanity, so I think
She
you would be
does?
shocking her.
So she's
Speechless.
I'll also wink.
well,
Etiquette
not
demands I cannot respond.
Who are you winking at? Don't look at me like that.
Doesn't matter, baby. None of you can resist.
one of the things that I do as I'm running the game, it's talked about in the rule book, but I'm kind of interjecting it so that way you guys know I'm doing it. I start looking at dice. So for anyone who's looking at the documentation right now, D4 is the human average. So if you're looking at this stuff and you're trying to figure out what the hell it means, D4 is the human average. So, for instance, Sir Mal of House La Honta, his cunning stat, cunning meaning what? Yeah, it's the common meaning of the word, is above average. So he's just naturally more savvy. So, like, as I'm running the game, I'm keeping these kinds of things in mind. It's like, okay, you're acting within your beliefs. So you're doing something that would just be outside of your stats and skills, like totally nut. Would it be totally nuts to do this? It's a secondary consideration, but it is something I watch, right? So I'm telling Sir Mal right now, because his cunning is a bit higher than it's higher than average. It's not like super high, but it's high enough. Amadeus is trying to sucker you. He's been sort of like slowly. He's about to get loose. Like, you're not so good that like you detected it when he started.
Yeah.
It's coming though.
All right. Well, then in light of that, I will let go of him. I will plant a boot on his butt and just shove him straight onto his face on the flagstones.
You hear a very satisfying pop. And when he rolls over, he's got a big blood splatter where his nose.
Oof.
You might have broken his nose. I mean, brawny.
I will try not to grin savagely upon the sight of that.
I laugh uproariously.
I love it.
Princess Genevieve, damage was just done to one of your knights by another one of your knights.
Wench, drink.
Can I throw some chaos into this?
Do it. Do it.
With great fear, I think I may have to summon my guardian angel.
Oh, shit. Okay.
People are fighting. Blood is spraying. I need to protect myself.
Oh, no. Okay, so this is the
When
magical
the DM
skills.
says, "Oh no."
Yes. Oh, no. So magical skills inside of this game, if we can pull up Genevieve's sheet, you guys can see it. It should be at like it's one of the last.
One of the last ones.
Yeah, if you go too far, you'll see that alchemic raker and Squidlord helps with this document. Thank you guys.
Love those guys.
Oh, they're utterly fantastic. They've been alchemic raker and Squidlord about destroyed this document so many times.
Oh, hey, alchemic raker's in the chat.
Hey,
Welcome, bro.
I want you to play it, man. I think you'd love it. So basically, when you look down here, if you see the ones in italics, those are what are called magical skills, which means that if you use them, you have to defy.
All right.
You don't have a choice. This is why I said Genevieve was hard mode, because about half her skills blow everything up. Like irreversibly. So
I
we're
do
gonna
want to notice, looking at it now, there is no stats for Genevieve.
There isn't. Oh my goodness. What have I done? Okay, that's bad. This isn't good. All right, really quick. So we're gonna say we're gonna patch this in real time. Can someone go up to one of the other stats really quick?
Yeah.
Yay! We're gonna fix that like soon. I don't know when, but soon. Because
Well, I can have you share screen once you've got it updated.
Yeah.
If you go to the bottom, there's that little it looks like a screen with a plus in it. If you click on it, there's a choice. The choice at the very bottom is share screen, and once you click on that, you'll get an option of a tab, a window, or your entire screen. So select the thing you want to share, and it'll show up in the tray in the bottom, and then I'll just bring it up on the screen.
Okay, cool. Let me just, because now all of a sudden he needs stats because I screwed that up. In real time editing, it's great.
Yeah.
Mondays.
Actually, here, I'll just put it in the private chat. All right.
So here, shout out Alchemic Raker. He's mentioning, Crescendo. I'm excited to play this game sometime. So you got somebody looking forward to this, Crescendo.
Thank you. And he's been really, really, really. It was actually his idea to go start contacting people for streaming it.
Cool.
He's like, you should do this. I'm like, wait,
really?
You can just ask? Like, I think those were my exact words.
The secret is finding a small enough channel such as mine. Like,
he recommended you, actually. We had been talking before that point.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you should go talk to Dunder. I'm like, oh. I don't think
no way, man. That's like YouTube royalty and stuff, man.
I don't know. I'm just bumbling around. And then let's see here. If someone let me pull up the stats really quick and assign them. I am so sorry.
Oh, no worries, man.
All the things to forget.
Alchemic says Crescendo is what I think a story TTRPG should actually be. I'm very hyped to see someone actually implementing it.
Thank you.
Right on, man.
Jim Parkin agrees with you. If you guys know Jim Parkin, he wrote Weird North. He was actually one of the people who first jumped onto Into the Odd.
Oh, cool.
He's a big like free Kriegspiel player.
Yeah.
He's one of, in my not very humble opinion, he's one of the big guys, but initially behind FKR. And a lot of his ideas are actually in this document.
Right on, man.
He tells me they're way, way, way too heavy, but you know, what do you want? What are you gonna do? I like my games the way I like them. All right, so D4. I'm right now filling out the. We're gonna put these in here for now. Hopefully, I don't just forget about them later.
All right. While you're putting in there, Credo, have you played this this character before, or do you usually roll with a different one?
Thank you.
Here we go.
That I think is a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good sum up of what she's capable of.
All right, so I'm throwing those. Credo, you can find them in the private chat. I'm throwing them in the live chat for everyone else. She's got a brawny D3, nimble D4, agile D3, cunning D6, empathetic D6, and willful D6. So those are the stats for Princess Genevieve.
So the way that this works, Credo's going to pick up 3 dice. One of them is the stat, which is why he was going, hey, dingus, I don't have a stat. Wonderful. I pick the stat. He picks a skill and an item. If he doesn't have any of the particular things that he's looking for, he gets a D2. If he has a relationship, there are D12 Brawny just to Thanks, Jack. Jack's like, I was honestly expecting the princess to have D12 brawny just to subvert our expectations. That's actually true. Hey, and for Grump Frog, yes, Jim is awesome. Jim really, really is. He's very, very kind. Very, very giving. A lot of ideas that I originally had for this game were had in conversation with him, and he looked over a lot of the initial stuff and gave a lot of very, very good feedback. So very.
All right, I'm going to share screen. I've typed him into a little text thing that I'm just going to bump
Appreciate
in
it.
on the side.
Thank you
And
so much.
that should help us to see.
Sorry.
So here I got my here I got the stats, and I'm just gonna kind of hover it down here between traits and skills, and that should help you out, bro.
Appreciate it.
So I wish to use summoning as the skill.
Of course.
Considering it's a D8. I assume you are going to force me to use something I'm not very good at as my stat.
No, dude, you were calling out it like that. It's either empathetic or it's willful. Like it's one of those two. I mean, you're like standing there and being like, "Oh, guardian angel, come help me!" Like you're either like feeling that the crowd is like out of sync, or you're forcing your will upon the world. Either way, it's
What happens to this crowd when whatever she's bringing into the world shows up?
We'll find
see
out
when we hit the books.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess there's a lot more Godzilla face about to show up.
So what's gonna happen now? I don't care if Credo rolls in private. In my opinion, if I can't trust you to roll dice, I shouldn't be gaming with you.
Yeah. I just went back and forth with the dude about the whole topic of fudge and dice on X, and I tried to give him every chance to convince me, and I remain unconvinced. I just don't think there's I don't think there's any reason to fudge dice. No. Thank you, ear trumpet. My ear trumpet has been struck by lightning for the Australian dollar. I appreciate the support, man, as always.
Now all we got to do is go to Australia to spend it.
That's right.
Oh Lord,
dude, I'm down. Like half of the people I game with are. I cannot do a game without an Australian. We're doing one right now, and Grump Frog says, "Be not afraid.
Be not afraid."
Got the Ezekiel angels with the eyes and the wheels.
So Credo's going to roll the 3. Now, unless he can make a case to me as to why he should take the top 2, he's taking the bottom 2. He's adding them up, and then he has to equal or beat 7.
Am I allowed to use my prayer book
Of course.
as the item? Considering I summoned her last time by praying.
You could just, throw in your relationship with your guardian angel in place of that. That's a D8. So, I mean...
hey, if you're going to let me do that, then I will do that.
That's part of the rules, sir. Yes.
So 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 1d8.
Yeah, what on earth could happen with that?
With me, I could roll 3 ones.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, you've done that, actually. It's not good. It's not good at all.
So I'm not sure I can argue that I should have the highest 2 die, though.
Okay, then you don't.
There's not really it. I rolled a 2, a 1, and a 4.
Oh, this is not good. Okay, so you fail. So in a lot of story games, failing does not mean no. In this game, failing means no. Like it flat like this isn't like one of those fail forward things. He didn't do it. However, there's always a backlash. So the margin of failure is given to him as a condition. Conditions are pretty much as you would expect them to be. Afraid, despairing, broken arm, like generally adverse things that prevent you from doing things in the fiction. So from here on out, whenever he's doing stuff, and if I think the condition doesn't apply, if I think the condition applies, I go, no, you're afraid or whatever, If It's
And
also
one thing to note, the conditions fill up your inventory.
which in the full game is a real bitch.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. So each condition has what's called a level on it. This tells you how many times you have to take time to recover from it. The level is also added to the DC in your further defy rolls, which then makes defying harder, but it takes time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And as you're about to figure out, time is not something we have a lot of in this game.
Okay.
So what was it? It was 3?
My total would be 3, yes.
Okay. So the margin is 4, because 7 minus 3 is 4. We're gonna say that you're paranoid. Paranoid 4.
That is brutal.
Should I write that on the notepad here?
Yeah. I mean,
I've got it written down as well.
Yeah.
Just for those watching at home.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So now he's paranoid. It also counts as a trait at the end of the game. There's a part that's not in the quick start that will run, so that you guys can kind of see like the full arc. It's not in the quick start, one, because I didn't have room. I didn't want to add more in. And second of all, if you guys are going to do a one-shot, it doesn't show up.
Right on.
So, but
just to know, it's not just for this one adventure. There are lingering difficulties with acquiring such conditions.
Right.
Okay.
So it'll if we were to go further into the game, it would linger for quite some time, and it would take some real work to get it off. That being said, he's now really, really, really paranoid. So Princess Genevieve is now surrounded by a whole... So, like, there's this, like, you know, the prayer is said, and everybody, like, Princess Genevieve is kind of known to be, like... None of this is terribly private, right? Like, she's kind of known to be a bit of a mystic herself. Nothing happens, and everyone is staring at her very, very, very uncomfortably because... They actually expected hellfire and brimstone, and it did not happen.
After a pause, Bastion goes, "Is something supposed to happen now?"
Mr. Mao will cry out, "You see? This woman speaks the truth. She should not be discarded so quickly. We should hear her out."
Considering that was a defy? Yeah, okay.
Now we hit the books. So,
all right.
So the way this works, like I said before, just go to your journals, whatever you got printed off, find a random line, and read it out loud. I do this too with my own. I mean, I've got it here on my phone.
The Weaver has a journal as well, yeah?
Yes, he does. Let's see here. I've got a severe drought has made everyone in the city hungry.
My father once was about to beat a man for looking at him wrong. I begged him to relent, as ordering the death of the peasant was improper for a king.
What do you got, Jack?
Thematic.
A moment came when I could have saved that fellow slave, even though he had betrayed me. I tried. I failed.
I've got my childhood friend Henri was kidnapped. When I found his body, over it stood a nobleman's son, Amadeus. I couldn't catch him.
So this is what So now that all of those have been read out, my job as the Weaver is to listen to all of these, and whatever pops into my head is the right answer. It's just total whatever impulse comes up. That's what we got. So everything's quiet, and then suddenly, out of the middle of the crowd, somebody shouts and jumps onto Sir Amadeus with a knife and goes right here. All hell breaks loose. Write it down.
Oh, snap.
All hell breaks loose. So whatever you guys... And then... Since we're live streaming it, especially, we should like read out what we wrote, so that way people can kind of enjoy that. But like during a normal game, we normally don't like read it out because we're, you know, moving on. So
Well, what I have written is my father's soldier has been killed by a filthy peasant.
oh boy. All right.
If you're going to bring chaos, you may as well commit.
Yeah,
What
I
was
know, right?
what was the name of the woman who started all this? The seer.
Anais, Anis, Anais. So I wrote down, all was silent until someone jumped on Sir Amadeus and stabbed him. We'll see how that goes on. So one of the things that
Right.
as people are like watching this, they're like, okay, you guys are taking the time to stop and do this. Credo wrote that down in less than a minute. You do get better at doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
We literally have someone who writes multi-stanza poetry for her bullet points. I am not making that up.
It's unfair.
I will
She
not
is
be
so
doing that.
talented.
She's so good at it. She's so good at it.
Grump
And
Frog
then,
says, "Lol, I'm imagining some people thinking the assassin is the angel."
oh my gosh, that would be amazing. That is a really good idea. Everyone else read out what you wrote, so that way we don't lose the flow. But
Go ahead, Jack.
I witnessed Sir Amy Davis get stabbed in the neck in what I assume is appropriate courtly behavior.
That's amazing. Yes,
Amy
I
Day.
love it. Amy Davis.
I don't
Amy
want to go
Davis.
after that one. Mine just seems so
Nope,
plain right now. All right, here
bring
we
it
go.
up, man. You're good.
A member of my old street gang did what nobody had the courage to do and saved Anais from her accuser by ending his life.
I don't know. I kind of like that one too for all
That's
sorts
good
of
as.
like. I like that one because that like
That
so-
one's properly dignified.
Yeah, but like the really
Yeah.
cool thing about telling everybody to like write these down in their own perspective is that actually the tone does matter because like imagine it's like 6 months from now and someone hits on, I don't know, Jax and Dunders at the same time.
Yeah.
That like everyone will go, oh right, I remember that. But not only that, the tones of what's written down actually jump out at people a lot. Well, at least they jump out to me more than almost the words do. So it's like on the one hand there's this regret, and on the other hand there's like, well, the big city sure is what I was hoping it was going to be. This is great. I like this place.
It's a lot
Yeah.
more exciting than I thought it was
Okay.
going to be.
So this is going to be really nerdy, but like Severian in the Book of the New Sun is a man who cannot forget,
Right.
and he is haunted by his memory.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this mechanic does the same thing to the whole game, that like the things that happen can just come up again and again and haunt the rest of the game.
Oh, they do. They do.
And I'm
very
sorry
much.
to nerd out like that, but Gene
No,
Wolfe is
it's
my
fine.
favorite writer. So
I love them. I read as a quick, not a very quick aside, but as an aside, I decided to make this game after reading the entire Brya cycle. So New Sun,
Wow.
Earth, Long
Yeah.
and Short.
Long Sun, Short Sun.
I got to the end of Short Sun. I have never been more scared to finish a book.
Yeah.
Anyone who hasn't read Short Sun is a book where you read it and all of the words are okay, but none of the subtext is okay. Like at every last moment, these very, very simple word choices indicate this mounting horror and sometimes disgust. And finally you get to within like the last 5 pages of the book and you finally figure out why that's been going on, why this subtext is there. And it broke me as a person.
Oh man.
It broke me. I don't know if you've read Short Sun.
I haven't. I've read the. I'm halfway through the first one. But like, so the first time I read a Gene Wolfe book, a lot of times I have no idea what's going on. The book just happens to me.
Yep.
And then you read it a second time, and that's when you like the bottom drops out, and you realize how deep the rabbit hole goes. But And my ear trumpet is exactly correct. Severian is also an unreliable narrator, which you don't think of when he tells you he has perfect memory. He never promises not to lie to you.
Oh, he does.
But you have to figure that out on your own. Is like there's stuff that he doesn't want you to know. There's stuff, even though he remembers it accurately, he's going to make it sound a little better than it was because it's his story, right? Good stuff.
Theory.
Sorry, this game's going to take all night if I keep geeking out over Gene Wolfe.
I love Gene Wolfe. We can do an entire thing where you and I just talk Gene Wolfe.
I just wanted to point out some of the genius of some of these mechanisms that you have a role-playing game with a memory that can impact the present at any moment if you but choose the right bullet point in these hit the books moments. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. It's really it's one of the most eerily coherent things I've ever seen. This mechanic is fun until you hit about session 30. And then you're at session 30 and you're going, wait, no.
Your brain starts putting all the patterns together.
Oh,
let me consult my backstory.
It's really, so like this is I love the early game because it's so chaotic, but the ending games, the ending like scenarios in Crescendo are some of the most. What if to answer my ear trumpet, if you wouldn't mind bringing that up?
Yeah, what if people write it in shorthand?
That's fine. As long as you can read it and know what you're saying, and as long as when you announce it, just reading out, as long as you're reading out what you meant, it's fine.
Yeah, and you're allowed to lie, as we've already seen.
Yep, you are allowed to lie, or just so badly bend the truth. So, so anyway, that's kind of my geek out in response is that the ending of these campaigns are some of the most weirdly deterministic things you've ever seen. Like you hit the books and everybody goes, "Of course it went like that."
Yeah.
Of course it went like that, and everyone's just looking at each other like, "You had to write that.
Any other way.
You had to write it. You had to write that. I knew you were going to land on that." And everybody just goes, "Oh boy." So anyway, that's for later.
Greedo, you're laughing. You sounds like you've seen some of this in action.
Yes, I definitely have. I wrote one line about a serpent because we had there was a forest called the Serpent Forest.
You were dirty when you
All
did.
Right, we got to stop and hear this whole thing.
You were
over and over and over again. So my journal has gone from one line about a serpent to half of my journal entries are about this damn serpent that just keeps coming up.
He shoehorns it in. He'll be like writing something like, "I wonder what the serpent thinks of this." Why do you care about the serpent? And he's like, "I just wonder. I wonder what he thinks of it." It's like,
so it's so fun.
I wonder how long I can get away with this.
Yep.
He's gotten
away. The answer is you can really commit in this game. You can really commit.
It's amazing. It really is. But anyway, so we can talk more about kind of more of where that might go later. But for the moment, so you guys now have a riot. This is no longer people being unrest. It's no longer unrest. It's no longer people kind of shouting out things. Someone just stabbed a dude.
Yeah.
You need to, if you don't get out, you're going to get crushed because there was a whole crowd of people. Like the people left behind, they're getting crushed.
Yeah.
This isn't good. So
is my troll with me?
He wasn't at the beginning.
He wasn't at the beginning. Yeah, I did not state it.
But he's a relationship, so my hands are off. So you tell me what you want to do.
Well, if he were present, I would have him lift me up and put me on his shoulder so I'm above all the ruckus.
So my relationships are kind of weird inside of this game. Relationships are characters that you have invested in and you have said, "I want this guy here." So this is a bit in this particular case, it's a little bit more loosey-goosey than like an old school game where you're like, well, gee, I wonder where he is on the map. And I'm not saying that actually happens in case someone goes, oh my God, did he really say that? So if you want him there, it's your guy. It's not my guy. It's your guy. You tell me.
Well, you know what? But also what you bring up is I want him at home with the conquest orc wife watching her,
Yeah.
For all I know, I have a litter on the way, and
a litter.
A litter.
Mouths to feed. Okay, so well, I still have my scimitar in hand, drinking, and I am going to push my way through the crowd with the sharp end of my sword and get to the princess.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Not aggressively. I just want to get next to her.
Sure.
Well,
Sure.
I was going to say that my goal would be to head up on top of the dais to try and avoid the violence.
Okay.
We could meet halfway.
Whoa. Anyway,
All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm
Yeah.
going to call out to Amadeus's erstwhile men-at-arms who just threw down their swords. And I'm going to signal to the crowd, and I'm going to say, on your honor, for the king, we need to restore the order. And so I'll try to command them to snap into action.
they're not going to argue that right now. There's too much. There's too much. Like it would be one thing if it was just you. If it was just you, go to hell. They're going to kill you. Princess is involved. They kill you, okay, but if she dies,
They can always hang me later.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they don't follow you, but they do start, doing their stuff. They do start, like pushing people back, and getting
shields
them away.
up, stomping forward, side to side, hollering, barking commands.
Yep.
All that
While
stuff.
this is happening, Bastion and Genevieve meet in the middle. What happens?
I kind of
you taking me
holding my
hostage?
arm out for the princess. I think this is how they do it.
I grab your arm. A big, strong
And-
man.
And
Saving
I,
Man.
with scimitar in the other hand, lead her up the dais, like smacking people aside with the flat of the blade.
Sure.
That's awesome.
I think if you're doing that, normally I'd be like, take a level 1 concussion, but you've got knights who are already kind of like keeping the crowd off. So normally I'd be like, you're getting hit in the back of the head at least once. Nah,
We're trying to make a space for them.
Yeah. And they're kind of looking at you, and one of them says, what are you doing? And he's not asking in that nice way. He's asking in that, do we have a problem?
It's about
I'm escorting the princess, knave.
I'm not even into humans.
The look of
very
hatred you
protected.
get, but he gets out of the way. The crowd starts to like back up a bit. If you take that neck out, if you take that neck out, if you take the knife out of Sir Amadeus's neck, he's dead. If you leave him any longer than you already have, he's dead. Like, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy, but
These things, they happen.
standing over him. Hey, you! As it goes dark, as you get cold. So at this point, as far as that, so the knights are able to like form something of a perimeter.
I am also going to try to call out to Anais to exert her influence, since I know she's highly regarded in this quarter.
Yeah.
I'll be like, help us keep the peace, calm the people.
She nods and she starts shouting, everybody disperse, everybody, she's with you. She doesn't want people dying.
She knows her role. Yeah.
And people start to back off, but not everybody goes. People are kind of watching, and any one of you three when you're looking around, you can always find someone looking at you with a little bit more intensity than you'd like. Any of the three of you, it doesn't matter. You can just all of you at least once are looking around. You're like, huh. Hi.
Anyone that I catch giving me the stink eye, I stare down menacingly.
Okay.
They will look away, and if they don't look away, I'm going to them.
Yep.
There's one
False
guy.
Doom look. You got the look from False Doom himself.
Good.
There's one fuckface. There's one. There's one of them. One guy.
All right, I put the scimitar away.
Yeah.
And walk straight up to him, never breaking eye contact.
Oh, you see him.
If I can grab a
little bit.
goblet off of a serving tray on the way by without breaking eye contact, I will.
Just drink intimidatingly.
Everybody accuses story games of just catering to the player on rule of cool. And in this case, they're right. There's a goblet around. I don't know how it got there, but someone's drinking with a goblet. Take it. Like, that's just, yeah, please.
And then
please.
I'm going along with the goblet, walking up to him slowly. When I get up to the guy, I stop. Take a sip of the goblet. And then I throw it in his face.
He chokes because he didn't expect that. Actually, I've got this mental image in my head. I watched the movie The Hunt yesterday, which is about this guy being accused of child stuff. And in the middle of the movie, he gets the tar beaten out of him. And he walks back to the guy who really, really beat him up. And he goes, hey, I have something to tell you, and just headbutts him. The guy just leans in. He's like, wham!
Guess what?
He's just all the way back. That's the mental image I had of like, hey, you. In his face. So he stumbles back and he shouts, you pretend human. How dare you be here?
I kick him in the nuts.
Oh man, all of the tension that it was just starting to leave. All of the tension that was just leaving the crowd, it's back. It's on. Everybody
Well, we tried.
Right. Princess Genevieve, I want to know what you think of this, because this guy who
I think I am absolutely terrified.
Well, you are paranoid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quite paranoid.
I have gone from my noble protector to my noble protector.
Oh God, he's a savage.
I
can fix him.
I can fix him. I can fix him. Can you give him back part of his nose and most of his face? Here's just some prosthetic glue, right? All right, so Princess Genevieve is like cowering on the stage, right? Like this is very public. This isn't like in the back. Like everybody is watching you do this.
Got it. Okay, now I pull his shirt up over his head, classic hockey style. Wrapped it around there, and a wham, a wham, a wham, a wham. As many times as until my hand starts to hurt, I wail on this guy.
Mal, you got a problem with this?
Am I aware of this? Is this happening in front of me or over my shoulder?
Right in front of you, dude.
This is happening right in front of you. Like,
okay, so let's see. He seemed to have my back for a second, but now that we're trying to create peace, and he's just beating the stuffings out of this guy.
Drop the guy on the ground in a heap. If he's done moving, I'll stop hitting him.
All right. I will holler out and I will scream that you are being less than honorable.
You wait your turn.
You know what? Just because I'm in a mean mood, the guy starts to twitch and he starts pulling his shirt and you
Ooh.
hear you hear the spitting sound, and you hear him go, I knew orcs hit like girls, but I was mistaken. Pretend orcs hit even less like men. Soft living. He gets up. His nose is, he barely recognize him anymore. He gets up and he spits right at your face.
Oh my god!
It's gross. God, that was heebie-jeebies.
That was so orc. That was so orcish.
Yes, that was.
And now I'm suddenly interested. Like, no, wait. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Wait. This suddenly got awesome.
Oh man. Well, I will look over my shoulder to the princess for guidance, and like I will like almost like, should I intervene? Because I'm not sure how she stands right now. This guy was helping her a second ago.
She's not really standing.
I will look at the princess, I'll look at Ananias, I'll look at the crowd, and I'll see if I can see what direction this is headed.
Well, why don't you tell us what Genevieve, like, I'm assuming Genevieve at least notices with her paranoia, which is stupidly strong, that Mal's looking at her now.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure.
You're paranoid.
Can I put a twinkle in my eye just to calm her down a little?
And with that, it looked wolfish. It looked predatory.
I think
clearly
is running.
I mean, that is part of who he is. Like, he's not going to be able to hide it all the time.
Yeah, but like he just said that Genevieve is running.
All right.
Yep. She's going to jump off the dais into the crowd and head as far away from all of this as she can.
All right. Mal is just going to scream, "Make a hole!" and like try to lead like a phalanx to try and just part the crowd ahead of her so that we can just.
I
don't want her
scream,
getting
I'm
pulled in there and
trying
pulled
as I
apart.
pound the guy in the face.
He stopped moving. He may not even be breathing right now, for all I know.
I let him go.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to stay close to Genevieve, but I'm just screaming. Well, first I'm screaming to the other knights on me, but I'm screaming to the peasants, to your homes, to your homes. You know, just trying to disperse the crowd before it gets any worse, Jack.
We're not picking on anybody here.
What are you talking about? I have improved the situation drastically. Things are now calm, are they not?
I put one ugly man on the ground. There's one less ugly man in the crowd.
So at this point, it's a pretty closed-in city, this particular quarter. I don't
start
think
a riot.
Start a riot. Anyway, but they are actually like going. They're actually leaving. Because at this point, there's like people are getting the crap kicked out of them. Armed people are shouting, "Go away!" Anais, like there's no. Unless someone has a different read on this crowd than I do, like I don't see that crowd really staying together anymore. Like one guy who was being a jerk has now got. I mean, he may not be alive. Like he may legitimately not be alive, and I may have someone roll a d6 and see if he survived the encounter. One, he lives. Just saying.
Never taunt an orc.
No, don't do it.
I didn't like how he was looking at me.
Well, to be fair, there wasn't anything particularly nice to look at.
Ooh.
But
he may have just had resting human supremacist face, you know.
Yes.
It might not have been
absolutely. Absolutely, he had resting human supremacist face. So I think that at this point, if Genevieve is just running, there's an alleyway, there's another alleyway, and all of a sudden, someone reaches out as she's going and grabs her by the back, and she's in I don't know if you two, I don't know how that's going to work out for the moment. We're about to get to that, whether or not
Okay.
Mal sees it. But that is what, like, running and, oh my gosh, this person's here. I need to run away from them. Oh, this person's here. I need to run away from them going. And all of a sudden,
Chaos.
whoonk,
Yeah.
someone just grabs her by the back of her dress and they're yanking her in through a door. What's your brawny at, Mal? Your brawny is at a
D6.
A D6. It's above average. Princess Genevieve is no. You're there.
Yeah.
Even with the head start, you're there. All of a sudden, you're running after her. Door opens almost right in front of you, and you just hear a as she gets yanked.
All right. So I see her get yanked into the doorway. I know where she is.
Yes, you do.
All right. I'm going to leave the men at arms to try to keep the peace, and I'm going to go into the doorway after whoever yoinked her.
This is one of the wonderful things about hitting the books. I have no idea who grabbed her, and I don't need to find out until right now. Everyone hit the books. Let's see who it is.
Right on.
Do you have a preferred procedure do you just choose whichever one you want? Do you roll a die or?
In the rules, it states that the actual way the rules state it is you pick a page where there's writing, close your eyes, put your finger down.
What I've been doing in all of mine is I've numbered all of my dot points, and then I just roll a D, whatever the number of dot points is in roll 20. So I just rolled my D8 and got my father soldier has been killed by a filthy peasant.
Okay.
All right. Mine is my father knighted me as he lay injured on the battlefield, with King Julius himself honoring the knighthood on account of my leadership of the beleaguered forces around me.
Oh boy. Okay. A picture starting to form in my mind.
I want a challenge against my cruel master Axel in ritualistic single combat.
We're all talking about fathers today.
Man, we really are.
I got daddy issues.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day.
I have martial law has been instituted in Lesept courts, or the 7 courts. This is going to be fun. So what we're gonna have, really quick for Bastion, what are you doing while are you?
Well, after dropping the newly mashed potato, I would turn and look back to the princess, smiling for approval. And I would see if I caught her, where did she go? I don't know. And if I would basically try and if I
it's
saw
not hard to
her
figure out.
Okay,
not hard.
I'm going to casually walk in that direction, following Sir Mal.
You hear a door slam, and then you hear another door slam, and this time you see Mal opening up the door and going in. So when the two of you are in there, I'll describe the scene really quick. So what's going on? It is a group of Bastion and Mal are both shocked to find that they recognize every single face in this room. These are all either humans or orcs that are deserters from your own respective tribes, so to speak. You just go, I wondered where you're here. So there's all of these people who there's like a dozen of them. These are not small guys. When you're running an outfit and those people that are so proficient that they worry you because they don't have the humility to match it. Bastion, these are your people. These are the people that were like, I'm the big guy. And you're like, no, I'm the big guy. I'm in charge. And they go, fine. And, and they just sort of stomp off because they don't want to actually
who runs Bartertown?
Right. Or, or that I was rewatching Firefly, and there's that there's a moment in the first episode where Mal just tells Jane, you want to leave this table.
Yep. Walk away.
walk away. And the look on Jane's like, you had those kind of interactions with all of these people, Bastion. You're looking at all of these people who are objectively terrifying. Like, these are people that you would not want to fight. And there's like 5 or 6 of them.
So this is through the door in the room?
Yeah, this is yes, sorry.
Where is the princess and Sir Mal in relation to me?
Sir Mal's next to you. Sir Mal, there's a bunch of people here that you've, like, they're just common foot soldiers you've seen around. These are not the most, like, great people. These are the people that you're like, if I was in a dark alleyway.
George, but you don't know George.
Yes. So that's the scene. Genevieve's she's basically in between all of them because they just yanked her, and they're about to run off with her. So,
and she's on her knees, hands clasped, saying over and over again, R2, I need you. R2, I need you. R2, I need you.
You're my only hope.
We can end the stream now. Credo's done it. He's killed it. It's dead. It's dead, Jim. It's dead. Credo is...
No, I got to see what happens when Atu shows up. I want to know.
All right, so there's our scene. You guys write your bullet point about whatever that means to you. Sorry that took a little while. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to, like, unpack. Including the R2 thing. Thank you. To be fair, once R2 again,
double OTU.
It's for what?
That's the name of the guardian angel. So I had to make it the joke as well.
One of my players, people. One of my players.
Hey, I didn't write it.
I didn't put those to... I hate you. Oh my God, you're right.
Yep.
I didn't think of that. No. I hate you so much.
All right, I got my sentence.
Go for it, man.
Deserters from the king's men sided with the beast men to kidnap the princess. They've been gathering clandestinely in the slums.
I love it. Because you, like, put a whole plot in there, which, like, did any of us know about this? I didn't talk to Dunder about this before.
We just figured out about the cult.
Apparently there's a cult. Holy crap. Freaking R2. There's every once, like I don't know about you guys, but having, like, this is my first rule book. Like, I've never done anything like this before. Like, nothing. Mm-hmm. And there's just times like that where people find things like that, and I just go,
dude, you're never gonna outsmart that.
Nope.
I remember watching a preacher talking about how, like, when they had their daughter, they didn't want to pick a name that the other kids would make fun of. They were like, it was really hard to find a name for their child. And so they were, like, even using a computer to try and come up with it. And they finally came up with a unique name, Danae. And she went to school, and immediately they all started calling her Decay. So it's like, you can't outsmart. They are endlessly creative in their ability.
Children and players.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. And it comes effortlessly to each of us.
Ooh, read that one out. Read that one out, Jack.
The Princess Genevieve appears to have taken 6 of my outcasts into her service. Even now, she prays in gratitude for such strong warriors.
I'm about to baseball my headset off.
Like, you're the perfect man to play this game with us.
It's so good. Well, mine is, I've been taken by monsters. R2, I need you.
I wrote down a group of deserted orcs and humans surround Princess Genevieve as she calls R2, come help me. Do you want to turn that into an actual defy, Credo? Is that an actual, like, okay, it's up to you guys. It's just,
Let's do it, man. I want to see what happens when R2 shows up.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Sorry, R2.
Don't tease us and then pull that out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to refresh my coffee.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so
I think this time I'm using willful rather than
empathetic. Yeah. No,
empathetic.
that's so again for everyone on the stream, he gets 3 dice. One of them is the stat die, which he and I kind of work out, but I kind of have the last say on it. Willful, so that's a D6.
D6 for willful. Yep.
And then he's taking summoning, and then
Which is D8.
And then he's got the prayer book, but he also calling on the guardian angel. So he gets to swap that dice out. Relationships are used to swap out dice that you don't like. The drawback to that, in case anyone is wondering, is that in the full game, the margin, the bigger it is, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
So, like,
we've already established that Credo can't roll, so
right.
We'll see. It'll be wonderful, I'm sure.
While we're waiting for the roll, I do kind of want to ask one of Sir Mal's relationships, Sir Amadeus, whom I hate, has just kind of sorted itself out.
Yes.
So does that mean, like, if I was playing the full game, that I would find a new relationship to replace that with?
Yes. So in the full game, it's not described all that well, mostly because it's context sensitive. It's like, okay, is the guy gone? Do you have someone else that you can assign the die to? Like at that point, part of the difficulty that I've had writing this book is that when I say that the fiction comes first, I do actually mean that.
Yeah.
Where you're like, someone's like, well, what do you do? I'm like, well, what makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, on the one hand, you could be like, well, I've got this other guy that I've been hanging out with. I'm going to give the die to him. And they'd be like, okay, cool. But you could be like, I don't have anybody. And then it drops out. And now you got to go get another one. And there's when I say the fiction comes first, that's exactly what that means. It means that you're playing inside of this fictional world, and it either makes sense to give the dice to someone else or it doesn't. And I can't make I'm sure there's someone who later on will comment and go, hey, dumbass, actually you can. But and I'm looking forward to that, just by the way.
Those people live on Twitter, by the way.
Oh yeah. Or they'll say it on Twitter. They'll be like, hey, dumbass. And it's like, okay, sure, but you can only say the fiction comes first so many times before you just you too. You too. You too.
It's all engagement. If you guys want to put your mean comments in the comment section of this video.
Hey, dumbass.
I'll still go to the bank with it. Yeah, right. I'm not even monetized.
This time, I do want to argue for the 2 highest dice. Because of the abject terror I am under, this would be by far the hardest I have prayed for help.
That's true. Keep in mind, so normally the DC is 7, right? Inside of the first book, it's DC 7. There's a number that you guys aren't. There's a stat or whatever called stress. Yeah. Stress is when all of the levels from all your, it's all your conditions. It's the sum total of all the levels, right? So he's got a 4 right now. So the actual DC is 11.
Ooh.
Will you let me argue for the 2 higher die?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, it makes sense. You're actually afraid. You are in actual danger. Then
I succeed.
Well, what do you get?
A 7, a 5, and a 4, meaning it is 12 for the 7 and 5.
Nice. Okay, here we go.
Why am I cheering? I don't know what happens right now. This may not be very good.
Oh my goodness!
What a strange prayer amongst the. Oh my god!
Okay, so
She's praying the heck out of that prayer.
right. Oh my goodness, it looks like there's a guy coming to. Oh Lord, you may now be afraid. Yes, Grump. Yes, yes.
Be not afraid. Well, okay. Yes. Yes.
Be
Be
afraid.
afraid.
You may now
Thanks.
be
I'm glad
afraid.
to know it now. Yeah. I was uncertain up to this point.
You have 2 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
So inside of the game, generally, if I remember my numbers right, the good guys are scarier than the bad guys. This is like, Isaiah sees the glory of God, and his response is not, "Oh, good, I get to see all these cool people." It goes, "Oh,
Just on his face.
get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out." So that's more or less what's going on here. So an actual angel appears, a real one, not the nice little cherubs. I mean, like the guys who are
Biblically
on.
accurate cherub.
Yeah. He stands about 14 to 15 feet tall. He's covered in blue flame that looks like it's going to burn the building down, and he's holding an 8-foot long sword in his hand. Everybody, except for Princess Genevieve, for reasons that should be obvious, you now have level 3 afraid. You aren't paranoid, you're terrified out of your mind.
And that gets added to our inventory.
Yes. So inside of the full game, there's a character sheet, and it drives everybody else nuts. They're like, "Why is this here?" You actually kind of play Tetris with your skills and with everything else. Conditions get added in. If you get mortal wounds, if you get a mortal wound, you should die, but you don't, you actually have to write what's permanently damaged in your inventory in pen.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
And so you run it, and so Credo actually ran into this. He got into a situation where he got knocked in the ribs, which were permanently cracked from another mortal
I tried
wound.
to ride a dragon. Don't do that.
Don't do that. That was such a bad idea.
They do not like it.
And then a Minotaur ran him over and stomped on his ribs. And so inside of the fiction of the game, if you do something that would reopen the mortal wound, bap, it happens all over again. So he then had to write punctured lungs
Oof.
inside of his sheet in pen. And so once the inventory fills up, your character actually starts to die.
All
They
right.
actually start to there's this death spiral starts. And it doesn't look like much because it's essentially just looks like a big open character sheet. But
Mm-hmm.
you get roughed up enough, and all of a sudden you're like, oh.
Or if you're as stupid as Alistair.
Or you're stupid as Alistair, yes.
Grump Frog says, with eyes melting, "Ah, it's so lovely."
Yeah, essentially, yes. I mean, this is this thing again. I wouldn't say that he's
It's like Galadriel being tempted by the ring.
Yeah, it's like that. So all you guys are like, "Oh dear Lord!" Everybody is scattering, and the angel merely says, he holds out his huge frickin' hand, which is probably about the size of one of y'all's arms, and goes, "Come with me, child."
I'm coming.
Tiny little hand.
Yeah.
And he blows the roof off the building.
Oh my god.
Straight up. Gone. Everybody hit the books. Let's see what the...
I will call, "What are you doing Friday night?" No, I'm just kidding.
I can actually see Sir Mal doing that because he's scared.
Yeah.
Not because he's not scared.
Covering his fear with flirtation.
He's
Can I just apologize?
Damn it!
I awoke to find a demon in my room. I called for my angel and he saved me. I went back to sleep.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
That sounds bad for the rest of it.
I got even worse.
All right.
The Outsider. God. You know, the outsider from Book of the New Sun, you know,
Yeah.
God, the Increate, intervened.
Wow.
End sentence.
There we go.
I
So-
grew up as a slave in an orc band. I endured unspeakable things.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
This
This is going to be great.
Anais hid me from the king's men and healed me. I owe her my life.
Okay. All right. Do not roll this. I almost fell off.
Grump Frog.
I
Grump
have
Frog
to
is
show.
slaying us.
I have to show you my chair now. I have to. This is my chair.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when I say I almost fell off my chair with Grump,
He was doing the weeble.
I was sitting
Weeble
there like.
beeble.
Anyway, okay, so that's not at all a problem. That's not a problem at all. So, he goes up, ceiling, you know. Guys are like, what the fuck? When you look down, the temperature drops. And it gets very, 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 very quiet. And you can feel the cold going up your toes inside of your boots, up your calf, and up, just up and up and up. And all of a sudden you realize that it might hurt to move because you're so cold.
Mm.
And there's this thing that's beginning to show up right in the middle of the room.
It followed Atu through.
And it's a little bit darker than the shadows that were previously there. Wait, it looks exactly like the shadows that used to be in the roofed building, but there isn't a roof anymore. And this small little voice in the back of your head says, "This is a foe beyond any of you."
I like my chances.
All right.
I'm
There,
just kidding.
let's
I'm just kidding. And I will just reiterate Grump Frog.
do not roll this.
Do not.
So is the demon called D2?
I am. Yeah.
You're in Australia. For legal reasons, this is a joke. You're in Australia. I will find you.
Oh man. This is kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. I'm looking at my skills and not seeing a whole lot that can handle what I'm seeing before me. Oh, but I gotta write down what just happened, right?
Yep. Write down what just happened according to your perspective, including Credo. Because I don't even know if Credo even sees the demon. I don't know if Genevieve even gets there. I don't even know if that even occurs to her. That, of course, is up to Credo. So I've got an enforcer demon hitched a ride on the Angel's Swell.
I pulled true kindness from the other side. I am saved.
I have, when the princess's angel rescued her, the dark devil that the Beastman cult worships followed it through.
Oh my God, that's amazing world building.
That's good.
Love it. That's really, really, really cool. I love that.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome. Let's see what Jack ruins us all with.
You know what's
Mine's
coming.
pretty pedestrian this time. A shining being lifts the princess in hand, breaking through the roof of the building with an equally dark being coming in its wake.
But I mean, yes, this is objectively true.
Yeah.
Okay, so The two of you need to increase your fear another 1. So if you guys want to do this, you don't have to do it. But inside of the full game, anytime you're getting conditions, you're also writing a bullet point about getting them.
Okay.
So, and also inside of how this works, every 20 bullet points, you advance. So these bullet points are XP in the full game.
Got
and
it.
You start
Got
to
it.
like there's a reason why I stripped so much out, because like I don't want you thinking about but it's kind of there's like a, as you're going, it gets added on and added on and added on, and all of a sudden you're leveling stuff up. Yeah. It's
So by the fear going up by 1, that means that afraid that I had, which is a D3, is now a D4.
It's just a 4. There's
Just
you
4.
don't roll it. It just kind of stacks into stress and just makes your life terrible.
Difficult.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are terrified. You guys are terrified. Well,
Do you want me to? Are we going to share those bullet points? As well?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're right. You're
understanding, guys, that this is not something we would normally share each time, but it would just get loaded into the file for later hitting the books. But do you have yours finished yet, Jack? Are you still working on it?
Mine is going to be simply the dark being scares me worse than any foe I've faced in battle.
Nice.
That's objectively correct.
Credo, did you do one?
I did not see the demon, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't go up for him because he wasn't there.
All right.
But you,
Sir Mal wrote, "There are far stranger beings than my father ever knew of. We don't always see them, but they are there nonetheless."
that wouldn't be a knife between someone's ribs later. Not at all. Exactly. You're like this, and this is one of the things I love about the system is people start realizing they can program for the future.
Yeah. Well, one of the other thing that's standing out to me right now is that this system seems to really lean into treacherous play, which a lot of RPGs seem to shy away from, which is that part of what you're doing is trying to achieve your own goals. Part of your goals may be screwing your neighbor in a way that is overwhelming or hilarious. The
full game rewards you for it openly.
Yeah.
It's like objectively, it like there's a I'll run you guys through the questions at the end, but one of the questions is literally, what's the lowest level condition you inflicted on another player?
Yeah. Which brings that fog of war and brings that that can I trust them? Can I not? Who's going to be the first? Whoever betrays last loses. That kind of stuff. So,
yeah. No, I mean, and like,
not to say everyone that plays the game has to play it that way, but it's definitely not afraid of that happening.
No, it's actually
what I'm seeing
really.
So far.
It is. I am of the mind that anything that a weaver or a GM or a judge or whatever they come up with, it's never going to be half as good as what the players do to themselves.
Yes.
You put them in a good spot and they hang themselves.
And if they hold their characters with an open hand, it can be part of a bigger story than they might have otherwise. If you are okay with something happening that kills your character, you can still jump into this world that you're co-building together with a new character and be right there with the fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's not game over when the character you started with dies. And so
not at all.
The setting, the overall story gets the spotlight, not necessarily anyone.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's harder to die in this game than it looks because there's a vision mechanic that automatically kicks in because you go to meet the gods and the gods try you.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And Credo's done it twice. Twice.
What are you talking about? I have never once died in a game. I'm a perfect player.
0 death.
Yes.
And like it's a really cool mechanic. It's a very, very simple but very cool idea that I come up with,
It's
and
awesome.
awesome actually in the old sense of the word.
Hmm.
There's some really cool stuff that happens. And so like one of the things that is really hard to pitch about like I'm terrible at pitches. I'm objectively terrible at them. I'm like I've sometimes called up Credo. I'm like, I got this idea in my head, but I just sit there and I start yelling. And Credo's just sitting there listening to me just kind of devolve into this like puddle of goo on the ground. And he's like, but that sounds so cool. I'm like, it does?
And every now and again, it's, oh, that reminds me of June. That reminds me of...
I mean, I've got all 6 of them back here. So anyway, so that's kind of, so around now, so for anyone who's for the people who are watching who are like, okay, this is cool, but like, what do I, so like, as the Weaver, as I'm sitting here and thinking of this, I'm starting to sense sort of an ending coming. Mm-hmm. Like, things are ramping up. Things are now ramped.
Yeah, they've
like,
gone to 11. We can't really top it.
Yup! But I'm not sure where. So, like, and to reiterate, I have no idea where any of it. Like, it's one of those, like, it was one of the weirdest things coming onto X, because keep in mind that when I designed this game, I went off the web.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was sequestered in my little Discord channel,
like
just hidden,
like a caterpillar weaving a chrysalis before emerging.
People were looking at the drafts and they were asking if I was sane. There was no, I know, right? To be fair, so like, so a lot of like, it was really weird coming onto X and like seeing a lot of old school players, being like, "Oh, story gaming, you know what's going to happen." It's like, what?
Yeah.
Since when? When was that a thing? And so I haven't a clue where any of this is going, and I'm reiterating that not because like I didn't sit down and like have an outline. I had y'all's beliefs. We're just following.
You start with the character's beliefs and an inciting incident.
Yes.
And then you trust yourself in the moment to react to what they share. And I mean, that's why you call it a weaver, right? Is because you've taken the pieces that the players are giving you and you're letting your subconscious just put together what happens next.
I mean, granted, it's a subconscious with extremely bad, complex PTSD, an authority problem that everyone else thinks is arrogance. It might be. I don't know.
So
Who
here's
cares?
the thing. Well, one of the things is you mentioned Gene Wolfe. You mentioned Ursula LeGuin. You mentioned Christopher. Is it Ruocchio?
Rockio. It doesn't look like Rockio because there's an R. There's a U in there.
He has a bit of a vowel movement in his last name. The thing is, and this is the stuff that like I'm into with the Bro SR, and Appendix N is, you as a weaver or a DM or a GM or whatever, you need to be filling that subconscious. You need to be teaching your mind to misbehave by reading Dune, by reading H.P. Lovecraft, by reading Poul Anderson, because what you're doing is you're charging up that battery so that when you get in the moment and two things hook together, your brain will just offer it up. It's almost effortless. It's like, oh yeah, this is like this, and here's what we're going to do with that. And so it strikes me that this is not something where you have to prep a lot as the DM.
Not really.
It can kind of feel like riding without training wheels, right? A lot of people enjoy the prep, and a lot of people, it gives them a framework to like hold on to. What would you say? How would you describe the cognitive load on you as a DM as you're running one of these? Does it feel like you're keeping a lot of threads going at the same time, or do you feel more like an actor on whose line is it anyway, and you just like hit the buzzer, step forward, say your line, and step back?
Yep. I am sure that when other people start running this game, they will find their own way to do it. But like most of the time, whenever I test my games, not when I'm running them, because I don't know how anyone else here has done it, But for me, testing is a very, very, very different animal.
Yeah.
Testing is when I put in the minimum effort. Minimum. I don't do jack during a test. I try to blow up my own game through just sheer lack of caring.
Yeah.
I try to kill it with
stress test. Because your part of your brain is going to be focusing on the things you're testing for.
Right.
So you can't have too much of it taken up with just running the game. Right.
Right. And so I'm just kind of watching things. This is the first the campaign the campaign that right trumpet.
Your trumpet said for those watching or listening as you drive or do something else, your trumpet has been struck by lightning. Just posted, I can do minimal effort.
Oh yeah, no, this is. But so on the one hand, there's that. But now that I've started running the game, I will find myself like, if there's a lot of it has more to do with high concepts. So like for me, my setting is something that I've been playing in since Burning Wheel.
Okay.
For about 12 years now. Let me see if I can grab it really quick.
So wait a minute. I'm supposed to believe that you actually play Burning Wheel?
I love Burning Wheel. Are you kidding me? Hold up.
Okay.
No, you.
That was a troll.
That was a troll.
Jack's troll finally showed up to the party.
I will show you. Can you
I
guys
haven't played Burning Wheel though.
You seen those three ring binders there?
Yeah,
I see them.
Those are all my Burning Wheel games.
Okay.
So proof, but also I use those when I hit the books. I know the place. So like a lot of the commitment you make as a weaver is more to the place. So like a lot of the time you're told, and this, by the way, I hate this about Burning Wheel, just for the record. Credo, cover your ears. I'm sorry. Because he loves Burning Wheel. I mean, like, well, we both do, but
for about 2 years, my username was that Burning Wheel guy.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Nice.
And so one of the things that you're frequently told to do in story games is to not worry about the setting, because the players will fill that in. I like world building.
Yeah.
I love it. I like Haranit, the planet y'all are on. I've lived there for 12 years. That's home. Fuck you, that place isn't real.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like, how dare you? How dare you tell me not to think about that?
But to get to the point about
sorry, yeah.
There is a certain amount of things you can lean on the player for. But I feel like there's also a certain amount of things that the players are just going to ask you because they're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
If you give it to me, I'm going to make up Muppets or whatever weird thing jumps into my head. So I think that there's a value to a weaver who has a concrete idea, even if you don't punish everyone for your research up front. Because you've played in that setting for so long, you can answer questions like this.
Yep.
And so as they come up, you could fill in the details.
Yep.
Or you could decide, you know what, it's not important that it go my way this time. I'll throw it back to them and say, which ones do you want to have? But you can put narrow down the room that they have so that they have creativity with bounds, which is the best kind. Right?
Absolutely. No,
So,
but the thing is that in this game, as long as it's going into the journals, I have never for Ear Struck by Lightning. I've never. Go
ahead and read his comment.
Can you play Crescendo? Crescendo.
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 Oh no, not that. Anyway, can you play Crescendo in Tecumel? I have never played Tecumel. I've never played in it, so I don't know. I don't have a good.
First impression, I have to say I don't see any reason why you couldn't.
Okay.
I don't see why this system wouldn't go for any setting. I could do Forgotten Realms. I could do Tamriel from the Elder Scrolls. This is being a narrative focused game and the way it operates. This would work for everything.
I'll do one better.
Oh yeah, do me one better.
Okay. All right. Okay. What's your number? Anyway.
7 is my number.
What is going on? I have lost control of this episode.
Oh, he thought he had control.
Oh, it's so
cute.
sweet. Let's rock that. That's
So sweet.
adorable.
Naive, poor,
I'll-
sweet, innocent Dunder.
I'll do one better. So you can not only could I just so a friend of mine loaned me this.
Look at there.
I know, right? He was like, I found this. I'm like, okay, I'm borrowing this.
Oh, Frank,
I'm
you
borrowing
thought
this.
you had control. You never had control, Dunder. You never had your car.
So what you could do, if there's a book or a reference material, there's nothing stopping the Weaver from pulling out the setting guide and just being like,
Yeah.
oh, look, without regard for political boundaries, following game where it leads.
Oh,
hitting-
yeah.
you
Good
can do
old
that.
fashioned bibliomancy, man.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can do that. And actually, I'm sitting back and I'm writing my the big yes. But Jim Parkin is right about almost every anyway. We're gonna
So
move
Ear
on.
Trumpet has another comment. The FKR people say play worlds, not
FKR? Pardon?
FKR. Free Kriegspiel Renaissance.
Mhm.
Thank you.
So the
I
idea
learned
being,
something today. Thank you.
Yeah,
Ear
me
Trumpet.
too. I'm learning all kinds of stuff.
so basically, as long as you have a reference document of some kind, you can put it in this game and it would work just
Yeah.
fine. You just write down. I would recommend, my recommendation, that whatever it is you landed on, you put that into the journal too for the Weaver. So you start leaking the
Yeah.
book. Oh, revival as well. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry for Ear Trumpet who says it could also be Free Kriegspiel revival. Okay, yeah, that's true. So as long you can start like bleeding the setting book into your journal, so that way it can then start coming back as well. It's a little bit of extra writing, but like, I mean,
But that's the cool thing about this system that strikes me is that those little bullet points of world building, they're not just dry factoids to sprinkle along the way. They become moves in the Weaver's arsenal. So like everything has this extra menace or threat or promise attached to it, because you're like, I can use this one quote to like just budge the direction of where the subconscious mind of the Weaver is going by dropping this in there.
yes.
It's world building, it's gameplay, it's memory. It's kind of, I mean, it's really heady stuff. It's kind of exhilarating. Go ahead, Jack. You got your hand up.
While we're actually on this stuff, I have a couple of questions about the conventions you prefer when using your the journal in practice. So
Mhm.
I now have several entries that I've written this session.
Mhm.
Is there anything? Do you prefer not to use the ones we've written this session, or just
Please use them. Please use them.
Got it.
Please.
What if I get duplicates like the same one in the row? Do you prefer to do a different one? Just jump to another one or something? Use the
It's a
same
memory of a memory.
Mm-hmm.
memory of them.
I-
Very good. Repeats good and
Repeats
new
very good.
entries good. Okay, I wanted to check on those.
Yep. Nope.
Oh, man, it's like events are XP. The things you've seen and the things you've done and the things that happened to you become how your character gets more powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that was ironically enough, that comes from the Marvel Universe role-playing game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If anyone's ever played that, there's a mechanic in there that's clunky. I mean, it's one of the clunkiest, loveliest things I've ever seen in a game.
Is this the new one or is this the old TSR?
No, it's not even that one. Marvel Comics released their own Marvel role-playing game back in the day.
Huh.
It's diceless.
Ooh.
And doesn't it have like resource beads that you got to allocate?
It's
I've seen it and I never
broken as hell. It's
wish
broken
I
as
had
hell.
picked it up.
So broken. But they have something in there called lines of experience where you do bullet points,
Nice.
which then when you get 10, they become a skill. And I looked at that. I played the game. I've actually played a decent amount of it. And I thought, wow, this is so nice. But it's so clunky because as you're going through the game, you can be like, well, I should get a bonus stone because of this one little line on my sheet. And I was like, no, that's too much. Too much, too clunky. And so I liked the idea. Who here knows about Nicholas Taleb? I know that's total left field. I know, but
the Black Swan guy.
The first part of hitting the books is called the the last part of hitting the books is called the Black Swan.
Okay.
So I
do you want to just for people who may not be familiar with the book, explain what a Black Swan is?
A Black Swan is an unexpected event. It is an unexpected event that is not a Deus Ex Machina. So in other words, unfortunately, a good example of this would be 9/11.
Yeah.
Anyone who had seen the events leading up, people seeing the events leading up to 9/11, it's not a surprise. For the people who did not see the events leading up to 9/11, all we saw were 2 planes going into 2 buildings.
Yeah.
Anyone on the inside had their own idea, for the vast majority of people, it's a surprise because they didn't see, they saw the buildup, but they didn't understand it.
Yeah, it's like a Bayesian kind of, how do you predict the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats?
Mm-hmm.
And a Black Swan is a thing that you just cannot predict because you don't even have the framework to imagine it until it happens. And then you have to incorporate all of those lessons into your new model. So the Black Swan is the thing that is just, you cannot predict it. It's going to show up and it's going to throw the table over on everything you thought you knew.
Yep. And that's essentially what these are.
How does that tie back into the final entry of the journal?
How does that tie? Well,
I thought that's what you said.
He said the final section.
So
part of the journal section.
So when I break down hitting the books inside of the book, the last step is called the Black Swan as a reference to this is what's happening.
Yeah.
So when you started to read backwards into the Black Swan, when you started reading backwards, you were doing the thing you should have done. You should have gone, oh, wait a minute. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. That's what must have been going on. I'm currently so yeah, that's the my wife is texting me.
Oh, no worries. I do want to say, and I want to hear from Credo on this too, because you've got more experience with this. Just from this little session we played, which, I mean, you guys saw was less than, I mean, we're not even 2 hours on the episode yet. Usually you sit down to play role-playing games and it's 4 hours, you're locked in, right? 3 to 4. This seems wildly original. This seems completely unlike most of the stuff I've done.
I have not played anything like it either.
Does it keep that? Does it keep astounding you as you go, or are you starting to get used to it? Or? Okay, tell us a little bit about what it's been like for you.
A good example is back to me talking. Actually, I sent a link in the private chat for a Google Doc where I have copied across my journal from the campaign we've been running. I started the campaigns are split up into arcs called books. And
are you comfortable with me sharing that out? In the live
absolutely,
comment?
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
All right,
I've
posting that out there right now for you guys,
so that you can share it however you want.
Awesome, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the first few points are things like relationships, traits, and that's to give you a foundation when you start playing. Then when you start adding dot points, you start adding things like the first dot point I ever added was the demon sends fear down my spine. It is of the depths. I can see it. And
it was great.
Every time I have landed on that, it's compounded with itself to the point where there was a point where I was playing a soldier who had a captain, and the captain ended up having a random friend that turned up. And I got into an altercation with that friend where I ended up killing the guy by shoving a dragon scale into his throat.
Oof.
He was a robot, covered a dude in a heap of robot goo. And that turned him into a werewolf. Well, made him transform. He was already a werewolf.
Yeah.
Then we hit the books. And it ended up meaning that a dragon and a giant serpent started having a battle over the top of the city.
On top of everything.
Yeah, that's on top of the robot dude and the werewolf. And at one point, there was a guy that tried to kidnap the werewolf, all in one session.
Yeah.
It was just a massive explosion of stuff happening all at once.
It just gets
We
really
built that one up.
cinematic.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. And like one of the things that I know I appreciate is that it was actually a good 6 or so sessions build up to that moment.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of a slow burn for a little while because people were just because part of what makes this game work so well is that it only pushes as hard as you push it. So if you don't defy a lot, the game is chill.
Yeah.
So if you guys are if you guys show up to a session exhausted and you don't really feel like doing much, not a problem. You just kind of go with the flow, you know, whatever the Weaver tells you to do, you're like, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. Like I don't want trouble. However, sometimes, frequently, someone shows up who has chosen violence. They've had a bad day.
Sometimes Jack is in the game.
Sometimes Jack is in the game. Sometimes Jack is in the game.
If you're lucky.
That's right.
And so what happens is that there's this natural ebb and flow that starts happening over sessions. It's not in the it's like there's this kind of like this pattern that starts developing, and then all of a sudden somebody does one thing, just one freaking thing, and then it blows up because you've got like 6 or 7 sessions of people kind of like futzing around and being like, well, I don't want to touch that yet. I just don't. Not today. But one day somebody goes, today is the day. And
my finger is on the button.
Right. And then they just start pressing. And then it just all of these built up things just kind of go crazy.
See, that seems very similar to the stuff that I've experienced in the Bro SR, where you might have in the 1-to-1 timekeeping games, you might have a couple sessions that just feel like, that was okay. That was blah. But it is laying seeds for a convergence. Maybe it's going to be 4 game sessions in, or maybe it's going to be 6. But the convergence of all those little threads, when they come together, it just blows up into something that like nobody can handle, and everyone's raving about the next day when they're got to go back to school or work or whatever, and they're telling their friends what happened. It feels like a lot of the subconscious primal forces that make a Bronstein fun. Like this weekend has been very unusual for me. I played my first game of Blades in the Dark yesterday.
Oh my gosh!
Right. So
Yes.
So
Congrats.
this is new territory for the old Dunder Moose. I haven't really done the whole story games thing.
Sure.
I've heard it used as a pejorative, but I'm starting to see it's so much more fun to play the other humans' minds than it is to play a pre-written thing or a scripted event. Half the stuff Jack does, I'm not ready for. And I'm like, okay, what are we going to do now?
Right.
Jack was in the game with me yesterday. Night Danger was running it for us. So
one
I don't
thing
know.
I've
I feel like
noticed
that's where the
after-
juice is. That's where the stuff that, to me, the litmus test is something going to happen that I'm going to be thinking about while I'm not playing the game.
Yeah.
That, like, I'm going to be looking forward to Tuesday night when we can get back together, because I think I know what this means, but I'm not sure, and I got to run it past y'all. You know, those are the games that I think grab the attention and focus it in a way that can be missing in a more conventional, more modern style, conventional play experience.
One thing I've really noticed is because of hitting the books, you're constantly reinforcing the themes of the story.
Yeah.
So nothing ever really feels out of place, even though it's exploding. It reminds me a lot of, have you ever read the Malazan Book of the Fallen?
I have the first one. I haven't read it yet. It's on my guilt pile. I've heard the series is amazing.
It's incredible. And one of the big things with it is everything always explodes right near the end. But everything that explodes was either set up previously or it's setting up something else.
Yeah.
And when you go through a reread of the story, you realize that the first book's arc is also thematically a replication of the arc of the entire story.
Wow. That's some craftsmanship right there.
Brilliant writing, but that's a lot of what this game does as well. It sort of makes it hard to be a bad GM because you're always pulling from the things that the players are interested in, that they're establishing, the themes that they're interacting with.
Challenge accepted.
That is the secret sauce right there. That is the secret sauce. That is one of the things that I saw Jeffro do as my DM that set him apart was he was laser focused on the thing that the players were most interested in. Like he was like, that's the experience I'm going to deliver.
Yep.
And I feel like
that is correct.
Yeah. If you have that as your top priority, what is the stuff that they geek about? Not can I keep them safe until they get all the plot points that I've decided to dole out for them, like little baby birds in a nest with their mouth open, waiting for worm segments.
Yeah.
But
no, that's not what this is.
how can I challenge them? How can I give them a mystery or something that I don't know and they don't know, but we're all going to know it by the end?
Oh, there's been a few times running this game where I will stop and I will go, I have no idea what to do.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jack.
How long have you kept a campaign going so far? How many sessions? Has it been a year? Has it been 2 years? Are we talking 10 sessions? What's the longest you've been able to keep a story going?
The longest I've done personally is 39 sessions, which
nice. Okay.
In that particular case, it was 2 years because
it's more than the 6 sessions that 5e gets.
Don't even get me started.
I'm getting roasted for that one.
Right. No. You're correct. No, no. So like right now, the game that Crescendo and I think that's Curry in the chat. Curry, is that
Curry?
Yeah.
Curry. I think she's one of our other players. Actually, I think
it gets more and more exciting each time you play with each session.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's from a player right there. We got Credo. We got Curry. I'm sorry, Kura.
If you'll allow me again to geek, the points you guys were laying out that whatever the system I've picked, when I sit down at the table, I want to run a game that centers on the characters that the players have brought to the table. If everybody brings a thief, we're running a thief game. It's that simple, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, in my 47 years of gaming,
you just did the 40 years.
I did it. I did the meme. Hold on a second. Let me get. I'm being a boomer too. Let me get my picture back.
I feel so little. I feel so young. Anyway.
So in my 47 years of gaming, I've never seen an actual system that prioritizes that and puts it front and center. So kudos, Crescendo. This really is something special and unique. I've never seen anything like this.
I'm really gratified to hear that. It honestly took a lot of play testing. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of if there's anyone that I would credit the most, there are 2 people I would credit with getting me here. Beyond the people who are playing the game and that, so Crescendo and Curry and all these other people who have believed in this project. And I'm really, really grateful to them for that. But the 2 people who really got me started on this, one of them is my brother-in-law, who is the most brilliant gamer I've ever met in my entire life. That man could take complete and total garbage and make it sing the Poetic Edda. That's not a joke, actually. Like he's he's one of those GMs. He when he gets going, you're just sitting like, I will never be able to do. Oh my God, I should quit GMing. I should quit. I am. He's brilliant. He's utterly brilliant. And I mean, not good, brilliant.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that's in Crescendo is a direct result of talking with him, because he's not even really a TTRPG player. He just gets bored and does things. And you look at him, you go, "You jerk. You understand I worked for 10 years and you just walk."
Stuff just occurs to him. He just sees the pattern.
He just
right?
sees the pattern. He's just one of those people. And so a lot of this game was come up with because, you know, we'd be sitting there, I'd be like, "Oh, come and play this game with me." He goes, "I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And this is why I don't want to do it." And he'd say things. I just look at him and be like, "Fine, you're right. I hate you, but you're right."
Back to the drawing board.
Right, right.
Coyote.
And like we would find systems and he'd be like, "This thing." And everyone would look at him and be like, "You just ruined it. You just killed." It's like, this guy just went and spent like $170 on this game system. You shut up. Shut up.
The yard of unplayed books on the shelf. So who's the second person? You said your brother was the first.
My brother-in-law. My brother-in-law. Well, he's anyway. That's a different story. But
the other one is clearly me.
He's got,
okay, three. There's three major influences. You may now mention the third.
Thank you. You're very gracious. The third person was the first person to ever play test the game with me. His name is James, and we play. He made this pacifist. Now I'm sure that when you see something, if you see when you look at these beliefs, anyone who's a GM looks at those and goes, okay. And so he made this straight up pacifist character with a real commitment to his sister. And I put him in a situation where a cult kidnapped the sister. And when he got her out, she started doing things, weird things, like she would scream and the ceiling would collapse. Like, not like they did something to her. Something.
It was the Beastmen and the Deserters, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to crack that joke here. But anyway, so we got in the situation where they're out in the middle of a snowstorm because he had to get away from the cult. And when they got into the snowstorm, now they had prepped for this, right? Like, they knew the time of year they were traveling. They had the equipment to survive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he realized that someone was still following them. And he narrated the exact moment when his character's heart broke.
Oh, man.
Because he said, "I don't get it. I want everyone to be okay. I want to take care of everyone. I think this is possible. And these people are following me out into the middle of a frickin' snowstorm to get her.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. I cannot do this anymore." And so he had a sword because someone gave him a sword because they're like, "Hey, stupid, take it." And
Yeah.
he snuck up behind them, stabbed them, pulled the sword out, and watched.
Oof.
In the middle of the blizzard, as the guy's lying there, like, you know, "Help me, I'm bleeding," and he's just looking
Red
down.
blood on white snow.
Yeah, and
his idealism died. Ooh,
and
heady
so
stuff.
We end the session, and he's very quiet. And you guys know that either means that he really hated it or really liked it. Like, it's one of those, like,
yeah, this is either great or awful.
And I go, "Everything all right? Like, you good?" And he says, "I need to think about that." And he got up and he said, that's a compliment, but I really need to think about what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to think about what that means. And I'm like, okay, I mean, are you good to drive home? Like, I mean, like,
it impacted him emotionally,
right. And very deeply.
Yeah, almost spiritually.
Yeah, and I, at that point, I knew I had found something special, and it was like, okay, because up until that point, like at that point in time, I was running play tests for Jonathan Ying's Power Rangers board game, actually,
Cool.
Heroes of the Grid, which I adored. I love that game. It's an amazing game. But he had, he was like, well, you like doing this. Why don't you try and design? I'm like, I don't really like, I've got Burning Wheel. I've got all of this. I've got all this stuff I like playing. I don't want to add, like, I can't add anything to this scene. Like, are you serious? There's brilliant people. There's objectively brilliant people who are who are making these things. And no, I'm not, that's not me. Like, I'll help get ideas off the ground. Because I mean, like, for anyone who hasn't played Heroes of the Grid, it is like, it's a conversation heavy board game. It's one of those board games where like conversation is the game. And so like, I really liked that. And I was like, I just want to help other people get their stuff into place. And he is the one that finally he didn't directly convince me, but I was like, oh, I found something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and here's the thing I really respect about the game from what I've seen so far today. This is not another reclone of BX. This is something where you took a huge swing at something fresh and new, and this is not an experience that you guys have had before.
Oh gosh, no.
So what is next for Crescendo Games? Like you've launched on itch. I know you're probably going to be on drive-through at some point once all that stuff. Yeah, there's like there's a period where you gotta go through with them. I did it too for my little trifold pamphlet.
Yeah.
So what do you? But aside from publishing on that other platform, what do you think is next for you guys? Are you going to hit the con circuit and start getting the word out? Are you going to do more shows like this?
I will go on as many shows as I can.
I'll
be
in touch to schedule with you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean,
it's not easy to get on Jack's show right now, by the way. That guy, you're booked up till December.
I'm currently booking shows in December. I'll send just
actually that's perfect.
Nice.
Because I'm literally not available until then. So what I want to, so I'm a father of 4.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's amazing. But you know what I don't have time for?
A 5th one.
Right. Also that. Yeah, actually, yes. But I can't go to cons.
Yeah.
I can't do those things. This is something that my plan is to, get it on itch, get it on Drive-Thru RPG, try and start talking to other people, get people onto my Discord server, try and get someone else to start running this, on the Discord server or off. I know Mythic Mountain is talking about starting running a show in the spring. I just want people to play the game.
Yeah.
I want to be able to get the book looking not like it was written by someone who has never done this before. Ever.
The easiest way to get there is rewrite it multiple times.
Well, so this is an interesting point, and I'm hoping that the viewers will take up on this. Oftentimes, the person that's good at making the game doesn't also have the skill set of marketing. Doesn't, like you You even said earlier, like, I'm really bad at pitching. Like, not good at sales.
Nope.
I'm good at making this game. I'm good at playing this game, but the rest of it. So that's one of the things that we can have an outsized impact on in the indie community is if you guys liked this, try it out.
Please.
It's on itch right now. If you can't afford it, it's pay what you want, but you should throw some coin to your Witcher because this is some unusual game that you have not played before. This is a delicacy on the grand smorgasbord of tabletop role playing.
I really appreciate that.
So we should support this, and we should get the word out.
Please, no, I mean, as long as the only thing that I care about is making sure. I think I'm gonna sound all grandiose. It's gonna be great.
It's all right, man. You already told us you're not good at this.
I think that gaming can be an objective good for people.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is objectively good for people. I don't just mean it's fun. I think this is objectively a good game for people. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, oh, look at what it's no, I just this has been an amazing thing to do with Credo, with Corey, with all the other people who have played. And it's been amazing showing it to people. It's changed my life, and I think it I think it's useful. I think it's a useful thing.
If I may, I even want to refer back to the story you just related about the player who played the pacifist and ended up in a situation where they had to take someone's life, and how deeply it affected their emotional state. It wasn't just something that happened to a character.
Yeah, no, goodness.
They were affected as deeply as any character they had ever read about or watched in a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
That sort of intimate involvement is unique to this hobby, where you're inhabiting that character's skin more so than any other medium.
Yeah, and it's a safe place to make the kind of mistakes that would usually ruin relationships.
Credo. Yes, actually, Credo, you need to tell your story because
there's a story. Okay,
we had a story.
Here we go.
So I had a running story with a wonderful lady called Natasha. She was my love interest throughout the campaign we've been running. I had quite a hateful relationship with her father because he was my corporal in the army, and I basically used her to get myself demoted. And then realized, wait, fuck, I actually like her. Then it became this running thing of me living with her, horrible shit happening, and then having to defend her. And then it got to the point where she died because I stabbed her with my sword, and then I got killed. And in the visions that happened, she literally crawled inside me post-death to become a part of my soul.
And healed him and saved his life.
Yeah, healed him, saved my life. And after that session happened, I literally just laid on my bed, stared at the ceiling for half an hour thinking, what does this mean? Like,
wow.
It was awesome.
It was heavy.
I mean, because like that sort of stuff can happen in this game if you really like.
Dude, if you die after that and then face the judgment or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I have a sword gifted to me from a god as well, and I have already failed him once. So
it's
You're like the cosmic Gomer pile.
Yeah.
It also isn't afraid of failure. Like I think a lot of old school criticism of story games, I don't think all of it is well intentioned. There are some people that I've met in the scene where it's like, hey, you go to hell. Like really? But some of it is accurate. And one of the things is that the criticisms that story gaming is afraid of failure.
Yeah,
it is. It's that's not a question. And so one of the things that I actually got flack for this when I first started putting out Crescendo drafts, because once I stopped writing eldritch silliness, which I can go find a draft and drop it on your guys' heads, and it would go clean through your skull and just keep going. It was bad. It was so bad. But one of the things that I started getting flack for from story game people, they're like, why is there failure?
Ugh.
And I'm like, what? Like, you've read Gene Wolfe. You know how important fail, like, not no and.
That's like saying,
No.
why are there stakes?
Right.
Why is stuff important to my character?
Well, a lot of story gaming uses fail forward tech, where it's like, okay, no, and this happens.
Bumper bowling.
Right.
That's bumper bowling.
Well, it depends. It depends upon what's on the other end of the and. Sometimes
I'm very biased towards like rules is written and stuff. So don't take what I say with a grain of salt.
Oh, sure,
but,
sure. But
I
like,
would resent a DM that like lets me screw up horribly and then still makes it okay every single time. Like,
no,
I think
no,
at that point it would become a
that's not
challenge to see
Moant.
how bad I can futz it up and see if I still get away with it.
Well, if we
dare you to
continue
kill me.
playing this game for more sessions, that angel is going to become a problem.
Oh,
that's the
I'm
sort of game.
pretty
this is.
sure our guys don't make it out of the room with the demon.
I mean, we may as well find out in a minute. But like, the thing that I originally got so much pushback on from more than a few people was that failure is so baked into the system. Like, you have to make a 7 from the bottom 2 dice.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Not
sorry.
easy.
It doesn't matter if you've got 2d12s.
You could still roll two
Uh-huh.
ones.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like failure is very baked in, and we've had moments like him getting on the dragon's back. He gets on the dragon's back. I'm like, you're falling off. Like, I'm sorry. That's a gale force wind. He goes, okay, I defy. I'm like, okay, you're not getting fictional advantage. That's not happening. It's a gale force wind. You don't have that kind of thing in your repertoire. Absolutely not. Your brawny's not nearly high enough. Like, no.
Been working on my hip abduction.
and he failed. He failed horribly. And he felt
I failed with a margin of 6.
Ooh.
So it was 6 under what I needed.
which is death.
Yeah.
That's
You
actually
did
already
the
had a number of
McConaughey
injuries as
from
well.
Fire in the Sky or Rain of Fire.
Yep.
Where you just like jumped with your axes, but you missed.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Ah!
But because of hitting the books, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because something else comes out and it twists things around and it shakes everything up and you keep moving. And so, I mean, the only thing that I want out of any of this, besides having a book that I can hold and be like, hey, look, I made this cool little thing, is for other people to play it. Because I think that this is addictive. I mean,
yeah.
You just keep shaking the box, and you're like, oh, look, that's how many pieces of femur bone can go into.
Yeah.
What if I shake it again?
On top of that, don't be afraid of playing something comedic as well.
Because,
because of the journals, whatever direction you want it to run in, it will run faster and faster the further you go.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of comedy in people just playing to their type. Like, how many times did Jack say something that was totally serious for his character that just put us all away because that's just who he is, right? That's who that guy is.
Oh yeah. I mean, but like, this game also can do wildly different tones. So like, one of the games that I ran, the first full game, the one that actually ran to completion, was very serious, was very brooding, and it was very dark.
Yeah.
I'm not the most cheerful person on the face of the planet. I read Gene Wolfe for fun. I find Gene Wolfe fun.
You know what? I will read a Gene Wolfe book, and then I need like a palate cleanser. I need like a Terry Brooks, or not Terry Brooks. What's the guy with the Discworld?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pratchett.
Yeah.
Terry Pratchett. I'm like, okay, I need a palate cleanser. I need something I can just laugh at. I need some vanilla yogurt before I dive back into the next one that's just gonna make my brain a pretzel for a month.
So I'm not that way at all. And this other guy was not that way at all. And so it was a very dark, serious, slow burn that the happy ending was the guy's friend deciding not to kill himself. And to us, that was the good ending. That was the good ending with
that
him.
Is heavy.
It got very heavy. One of the other games that I ran it for two people who had never met each other, no knowledge of each other, and they started an 80s buddy cop movie. I'm really not kidding.
I work alone. Here's the new partner.
Yeah, exactly. And then they were jumping out windows and riding people down to the street, 80s cop style.
I'm too old for this stuff.
Yeah, actually, yes. They started just doing that.
Right.
I mean, and I'm a deeply, deeply, deeply morose person. I I know I can laugh and joke, but like when you really get down underneath all those layers, I'm a very, very like deeply, way too grave of a person. And there I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make it work. 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 And meanwhile, they're laughing their asses off, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna lean into this.
Everyone's having a good time. You might as well.
Right, everyone's having a good time. So, yeah. So, I don't think so. If, I think that this game can handle a lot of things, and if someone wants to run a comedy, no issues.
Right on.
No issues at all.
Well, guys, we have gone 30 minutes over my usual 2-hour sesh. It went by like that. It was just, I mean, crazy fun, crazy fast. But for those that are still watching, hanging in here to the end, I got a challenge for you. Number one, I want you guys to run a game of this. And Gene Wolfe once said that writing short stories is like casting rose petals into the Grand Canyon. Because you write it, you put it out there, and you don't hear anything back. So my challenge to you is if you play this game, please reach out to Crescendo. Please reach out to Jack and me and let us know how it went. Let us know if it worked for you. We are hungry for the crazy, beyond the pale stories that this game just seems to easily generate every time you play it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us play it. I know I certainly enjoyed playing it. This is my first time ever doing live play, and I started it on easy mode with Crescendo here. So thank you, Crescendo, for coming on the show. I know it takes guts to do something like this for the first time.
I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Thanks, Jack, for being my wingman on this. I always have fun every time you show up, and it was great to meet you, Credo. Thanks for all the stuff that you shared, the stories and the insight and all. And if you guys want more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to let us all know that you enjoyed this, go ahead and click that thumbs up, and we'll know that this was one of your favorite videos that ever came on This Is Dunder Moose. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time.
TTFN.
Bye.